So I was going to make this video on my drive home from the gym. It's about a 6-7 minute drive from the gym, but my camera was shaking so much I didn't want to upload that. So I pulled over and I just wanted to share some key lessons that I've learned over the last 15 years of trading. Things that I feel will be beneficial to you if you're new to trading, if you're currently struggling to make money as a trader. If you are a profitable trader, then maybe you can relate to some of these things and back me up in the comments, or maybe share your own lessons below. So there's a number of things that stick out to me. The first thing is having a longer term view when it comes to trading. There's this huge misunderstanding, misconception, false expectation in the retail trading industry where you can make a lot of money very quickly. But that's just not the case. Having a longer term view is the mindset you need to make it in this industry, to be a profitable trader. Not just having a longer term view with performance and results. So for example, looking at your results, say once a quarter, once a year, rather than every week, every day, but also having a longer term view of the market itself. I think something that I've really come to understand over the last 15 years is this is a game of patience, and it's a game of building blocks, of growing things slowly, of making returns on a quarterly basis rather than a weekly basis. Having that longer term view, it does a number of things. Number one, it makes you much more realistic as a trader. It gives you much more better and realistic expectations. And because of those things, it reduces trading emotion. A lot of trading emotions are based on unrealistic expectations, false expectations. And when those expectations are not met, you become emotional, you become disappointed, discouraged, frustrated. So one of the key lessons I've learned is have a longer term view of your performance, of your growth as a trader, but also the markets themselves. Don't try and trade 5-minute charts. I know there are people that profess to make money from those timeframes, but myself and every other profitable trader I've ever met, they do not focus on these very small timeframes. They have a much longer term view of the market. You know, I use the monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hourly, and sometimes the 1-hourly chart. I don't go any lower than that. And most of my trades are executed on a 4-hour time frame. So this longer term view is definitely something you need to develop. You know, if you're going to make it as a trader, you need to have a longer term view. It also makes you much more professional. And if you're ever in a position where you're going to request to trade with other people's money, to tell them you take trades on a 5-minute time frame, you know, to tell them that you day trade just screams risk. And people that want to invest don't want to take huge risks. So have a much longer term view. Another thing I've learned, and I've gone on about this a number of times, and I don't want to bore you with the same things over and over again, but another thing I've learned is fundamental analysis and how crucial that is. One, to make yourself look and be more professional as a trader. Once again, if you're looking to trade with other people's money, you need to have a fundamental understanding of the markets. But that's not the main reason. The main reason is, if you want to become profitable and see great profits, great returns, then you need to use fundamental analysis. And a lot of people don't like that. It is possible to make money just using technical analysis. I did it for years, but my trading has been double rewarding from a financial point of view, but also my own satisfaction and enjoyment from trading using fundamental analysis. And that doesn't replace technical analysis, but they go hand in hand. They complement each other. So I use fundamental analysis to choose, to filter the pairs I want to trade and the direction I'm going to trade them. And then I use technical analysis for entry and exit. So using both, I've seen great results. And every profitable trader, once again, I've ever met uses fundamental analysis. So to summarize those 2 points, profitable professional traders have a longer term view of the market and of their results, their performance, and they use fundamental analysis as well as technical analysis. What are some other key things? Risk management, money management. I feel there is like this status quo where you should say risk 1 to 2% per trade in the retail trading industry. I would say that's max. That's not the status quo. So if you can get away with risking 0.5% per trade, then do that. If you can get away with risking 0.25% per trade, then do that. Risk and trading emotion go hand in hand. So the higher the risk, the higher the emotions. So lower your risk, lower your emotions. And lowering your risk may impact your performance. You may not make as much with lower risk. But the danger is with higher risk, you're not going to actually make anything at all. In theory, you'll make less lowering your risk, but in practice, you might actually make more, because people with high risk generally take trades they're not meant to. They generally blow their trading accounts and they've lost everything. They haven't made anything at all. So risk management is a real crucial principle of successful trading, and something that I've come to learn over the last 15 years. Other things that I've learned, let's just do 1 or 2 more. Something else that I've learned is it's not always fun, it's not always exciting, and it often isn't those things. Trading has its ups and downs, and that's generally correlated to how well your strategy is performing. So if you're banking some good trades and making money, it's exciting and fun, and other times it's not, because you're not doing those things. So it is correlated to how you're performing. But it is discouraging, it is disappointing, it is frustrating. It's frustrating a lot of the time. It is also fun and exciting and thrilling and rewarding. I feel that lots of people go into this industry thinking it's going to replace a job that they find boring, as an example. But the reality is trading can be boring as well. It's not full of excitement. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. And I don't want to put a downer on trading, because I love trading. I wouldn't do anything else. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I plan to do it for another 15 years. I would do nothing else. But it's not all fun and games. But it's the same with anything in life, isn't it? If you run a business, if you're a parent, in marriage, just in everything. To choose not to be a parent because of the negative aspects, the hardship, the times it's not fun, or not to stay in a marriage because of those things, I think is crazy. The good does weigh out the bad, and that's the same with trading. So there are bad aspects, generally emotional. There are emotional aspects, but it's definitely worth it. And just because there are bad bits doesn't mean it's a bad job. And on the flip side, which most people have this misconception with, is if it's not always, it should always be fun. But the reality, it's not. It's not always fun. One more thing, and then I'll draw this video to a close. So what's one last lesson I can share with you from my 15 years of trading? The last lesson is, don't get sucked into the hype of high returns posted on Wall Street bets, or ads on YouTube claiming that they've made 1,000% this month, or always looking for something where the grass is always greener. I think there is this tendency to doubt yourself, to doubt your strategy, to think you could be performing better, and you see these ads and they're appealing, aren't they? Who doesn't want to make 1,000% per month? And I'm exaggerating, but this is what they kind of promise, is these get rich quick holy grail trading strategies or techniques. Or you have people post on Wall Street bets where they've turned $50,000 into $500,000 in a month, and they did do it, but they took huge risks. Risk management went out the window. And what you don't see is the 10,000 others that have done the same and have lost everything. You're only seeing those that have actually, luckily, it paid off for them. Don't get sucked into that, because that's one way of ensuring you're never profitable as a trader, because you're always going to be chasing something that just doesn't exist. The whole Instagram life, there is a equivalent of that when it comes to trading. The whole trading life, it doesn't exist. I have done very well for myself. I earn incredibly well. I have a great life, a great trading life, but I have been doing this for 15 years. I did not achieve this in 5 months or even 5 years. Like I said in the beginning, you get rich slowly. It's building blocks. Any lessons you've learned, leave them below. I'll speak to you in another video.